Now, one state that's having some manufacturing success is the state of Alabama. During the '09 recession, the state lost more than 150,000 jobs and has now recovered about 2/3 of that in just the past year alone. And now one high-flying manufacturing giant has come to town. Jessica Stone has this.
Surrounded by reminders of what the American South was like before the Civil War 150 years ago, the city of Mobile, Alabama is building a new future. European aircraft manufacturer Airbus has staked its claim to the U.S. market here with its first production facility in North America.
So these are some of the aircraft you'll be making in Mobile?
Yes. The 319 is part of the A320 family.
Okay.
It's just a slightly shorter fuselage.
Alan McCarter is chairman and CEO of Airbus Group. He says demand for single-aisle aircraft like this one is vastly outpacing supply.
So you already have 7 to 8 years of orders for single-aisle aircraft?
That's correct.
From the United States?
No, just from around the world.
Okay.
But the United States is the largest market for this kind of airplane. There's about 4,600 airplanes of this class that will be required in the next 20 years.
And Airbus wants to fill that need with aircraft stamped made in the USA.
If you want the business of a country, you need to be there.
There is a link to it. It's hard to define it or quantify it, but sure, there's a link.
And does that also contribute to why you put the plant in Tianjin?
Exactly. China is the largest growing aviation market in the world.
Here in the U.S., that lesson was learned the hard way. In 2008, Airbus lost a contract to domestic aircraft producer Boeing to build U.S. Air Force refueling tankers. But for Mobile, the loss ultimately led to a long-term gain when Airbus decided to begin its commercial production here, bringing 1,000 new jobs. Airbus will assemble 3 different types of aircraft at this plant here in the United States, but most of the components will still come from Europe. So the company needed a deep water port to bring those components here, and Mobile, Alabama just happened to have one. Alabama also provided more than $150 million in incentives, including building this new training center tailored to teaching precise skills for assembling Airbus aircraft. Each of these employees will also train for 6 months in the company's European production plants.
I'm finishing up a long, lengthy career in aviation, so it was just made sense to come home and do this.
To be a part of a global company like Airbus coming here was exciting.
Airbus's Mobile plant is expected to be up and running next year, with its first aircraft delivery targeted for 2016.
And it just gives us a longer future, in our opinion, but it also doesn't encumber us from being able to maybe, if it's conceivable, one day you may do tanker conversions.
I think we'll be back in the tanker business. Don't have any assurance of that, but it's just me. We want to be here permanently and understood to be a U.S. citizen. And that's what Mobile will do for us.
So what do companies see in the state of Alabama that make it an attractive place to set up shop? Well, a few things: low electricity rates, low taxes, and virtually, Phil, no unions.
And of course, there's the impact of all this investment as well on manufacturing jobs.
Absolutely, and what's interesting is, according to the U.S. government, foreign direct investment in that manufacturing sector alone accounts for just under 2 million jobs, so not a ton of jobs, but these are jobs that are higher paying and tend to be more stable.
All right, great stuff on the jobs, Jessica. Thank you very much.